Hello and welcome back to Bruno Latour in 12 Easy Pieces. If we are sociologists and or anthropologists, how do we study science and technology? The answer is my 1987 book, Science in Action. As the subtitle says, I propose we follow scientists and engineers through society. At the end of this textbook-style volume, I write, we study science in action and not ready-made science or technology. And to do so, we either arrive before the facts and machines are black-boxed, or we follow the controversies that reopen them. So, the first rule of method is we study science in action, not in theory. As you know, I have always attached considerable importance to the phenomenon and process of exegesis. That is why I begin the first chapter with the question of rhetoric. This may be not what one would have expected from me after my laboratory studies at the Salk Institute, but in fact, the crucial question for me is not what science does, but rather what happens when someone believes in it or doesn't believe in it.
You mean like Donald Trump?
I don't know. In any case, for me, this is the simplest of all possible situations. When someone utters a statement, what happens when the others believe it or don't believe it? It is precisely in this situation that scientists use a certain rhetoric. They refer to published texts and, if necessary, to more and more texts, published and unpublished, and finally they take you to the laboratory where they work and show you the instruments they apply and the images, curves, and tables that they draw with the help of these instruments. And if you still have doubts at that point, they refer you to other laboratories in the same city and the same country, but also internationally in other countries on other continents. So from the local network of one laboratory, you move on to an extensive infrastructure of laboratories that reinforce the belief in science, the church of knowledge, if you like. With the help of this infrastructure, precise units of measurement and international standards are established and maintained, which are crucial for science to function. To this end, institutions such as observatories, natural history museums, geological institutes, and population statistics authorities work together. And between these institutions, these centers of calculation, as I call them, circulate immutable and combinable mobiles, that is, charts, tables, curves, so visualizations that are conveniently at hand and can be combined at will. All of this circulation in networks and infrastructures happens in order to convince non-believers of the trueness of science.
But that doesn't always help.
Sure. Let me add that my book might read a little strangely today because the scientific world described in Science in Action is essentially still a paper world. In fact, computer technology was not particularly advanced at the time, and the internet did not yet function as a global infrastructure for scientific knowledge. Nevertheless, some concepts and basic ideas are still useful, such as Rule 5 concerning the question of actor networks. It reads, and I quote, "We have to be as undecided as the various actors we follow as to what technoscience is made of. Every time an inside-outside divide is built, we should study the two sides simultaneously and make the list, no matter how long and heterogeneous, of those who do the work." And who knows, maybe it's not just scientists, microbes, and instruments who do the work, but also puppets. We'll take a closer look at this in our next episode. So that was the fifth easy piece. Thank you for watching and looking forward to seeing you again soon.